Welcome to Sought After with Sonita, where we discuss godly relationships. I'll be discussing something that concerns you, no matter who you are, which is your temperament and your love life. The way you give, receive, and experience love have a lot to do with your temperament. Each and every person is born with a particular temperament. Your temperament is the biological makeup of who you are that determine how you react to life, how you see life, and how you experience life. It has nothing to do with your environment or your past experiences and all of that. It's all about the behavior you were born with and the natural way you respond to life and you react to circumstances. Various authors have studied and concluded that there are 4 main types of temperament: the sanguine, choleric, melancholy, and phlegmatic. Each person is a mixture of all of these temperaments, but there is one that is particularly dominant and outstanding in the person's life, meaning that you behave and react more like one of these temperaments more than the others, but each person has a little bit of these temperaments in there. I'll be looking at how the strengths and the weaknesses of each of these temperaments affect your love life and what you can do in order to enjoy your love life more. If you're in a relationship with somebody with a particular temperament, you need to know which buttons to press for the person to really feel loved. As I go along, do a self-check within the temperaments to see where you belong. And if you're in a relationship, also check which temperament your partner has so that you know what to actually do for them to feel loved. Also, if you are married or in a relationship, let me know in the comment section if you and your partner have a similar temperament or you have opposite temperament. And if you are not in a relationship, you can still tell me if you would desire to have similar temperaments with your partner or you would like to have opposite temperaments. The very first temperament I'll start with is the sanguine. The sanguine temperament describes the extra extroverted people. Those people that are very talkative, funny, cattered, playful, extravagant, jovial, always seem to be unserious. This is the kind of person that in a room of 5 people, they'll successfully talk more than everybody, and they are always seen to be like the life of the party. And the priority of a sanguine in life is to enjoy life, so they want to have a good time. Let's go to the strengths of the sanguine. One of the strengths of the sanguine person is that they are always lively and warm. You always find a good friend in a sanguine. Somebody can have a sweet conversation. There is no dull moment with a sanguine, given that they are very playful. They have a lot of friends around them. They are also very responsive. In a relationship with the sanguine, you have a lot of communication. They are not the kind of people you will text them and then will take them hours to respond. They talk there and then. They are always ready to talk. They are very spontaneous people. They can delete their schedule for the day to fit in for you. So in a relationship with sanguine, you have all those privileges, and if you are a sanguine, you tend to also be doing that to other people, be it your husband, somebody you're just dating, or somebody you're engaged with. A sanguine also has a lot of emotion. There are those people that they can word their emotions. They can call you a lot of pet names, say a lot of sweet words to you. When it comes to talking sweet nothings to a woman, a sanguine man knows it better. And a sanguine lady can articulately express how much she loves you in words and in actions, like a drama queen. They are also very apologetic. Once they wrong you, they are very ready to apologize, and they also forgive very easily. They are quick to tell you what's on their mind, and they are also quick to forgive you there and then. Since they are super extroverted, in fact, they wear their emotions on their sleeves. They cannot even hide how they feel. They easily cry as well as they easily laugh. So if you're dating a sanguine person, be ready for a roller coaster of emotions. She can be crying one moment and then just the next minute from there she's laughing. Don't think she's faking it. That's just a sanguine for you. They are the most romantic of the 4 temperaments because they know how to express themselves. Since they are all about enjoying life, they get the best gifts. They may not know how to do things with a very deep emotion, but they find a way to make it interesting and funny. And they also love to eat. They like the good things of life, and of course they like good food. I think the statement that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach might work for a sanguine man. If you want to give your sanguine lady a good time, take her out to a proper restaurant and let her eat well, do some shopping, and then you'll have with you a happy partner. This is how to love a sanguine. This is how a sanguine will give you love. And you need to just understand that the way they are giving you love is how they expect to receive it. If you're doing other things and you're not doing this kind of things to a sanguine partner, they will not feel that you love them. Remember that the way people give love is how they experience love. So if you have a sanguine partner, they will be shopping for you. They will be giving you a lot of sweet talk. They will be appreciating you, calling you a lot of pet names. That is exactly how they expect you to also love them. Note that. On to the weaknesses of a sanguine partner. Sanguine partners lack discipline. Be it in courtship or in marriage, it is very possible for a sanguine partner to be unfaithful to you because of their lack of discipline. They don't intend to, but it is just that they have a personality that draws a lot of people to them, and at the same time they do not have discipline to set the right boundaries with people. So it is very possible, if not just by the help of the Holy Spirit, for a sanguine partner to cheat on you. You know, sanguines also come out as being flirty, maybe just in trying to make people laugh. Other people may think that they are trying to get their attention. When a sanguine is talking to you, just a normal discussion, they'll be looking at you in such a way that you think they're in love with you. They are not. They're just trying to make sure that you're actually getting them. And that always puts them in trouble. So, one of the cautions when you're a sanguine is create boundaries. Ephesians 5 verse 3a should work very well for sanguines, which says that among you there should not be a hint of immorality. Don't wait until it grows and becomes a full-blown immorality before you start fighting it. Fight the hints. If somebody is beginning to come too close, beginning to wink at you, to do anything that seemingly looks like immorality, beginning to try to touch you in such a way that it seems like immorality, cut that connection with the person. The sanguine girl is that kind of girl that can just come in, talk, laugh, sit on your laps for no good reason. And being of a different temperament, the person will receive a different message. He's sitting on my laps because he loves me or something. No. And the sanguine guy is that kind of guy that can call you on phone and talk with you for the next 2 hours for no good reason. Don't get the message that they love you. They don't. It's just them. That's sanguine people for you. So if you have sanguine friends, set your boundaries with them. They are good at crossing boundaries. Be it you're married or you're single, sanguine act out of impulse. They can easily do something and wonder if they're even the one that did it, because they act more on emotions. If you're married to a sanguine, they can easily just out of impulse talk to you in a kind of way and then realize it later. Due to the enjoyment lifestyle of sanguines, they are quite exuberant. Sometimes they tend to spend a lot. Sanguines are mostly spenders. They want to get the good things of life. So this might affect your finances as a family. If you have a sanguine partner or you are a sanguine, you need to be able to talk with your partner and agree on how finances need to be managed, with cognizance of this fact that this is a weakness that you have. This is something you might let your partner help you with. It is not advisable in a relationship to let the sanguine partner be the one in charge of finances. It is better for the other person, if they have a different temperament, to manage the family finances, so that the sanguine only have with them what they can spend as they wish. It is also an area they can grow in. If you're one, understand your strengths and your weaknesses. But if you're in a relationship with one, understand their strengths and their weaknesses, so that the relationship will work with understanding of who you are or who your partner is. The next temperament I'll be looking at is the choleric temperament. Somebody with a choleric temperament is extroverted but firm and domineering. The things that are important in life for a choleric are power, fame, wealth, and influence. They believe in achieving, domineering, and leading. In fact, it is said that cholerics are born leaders. They can't be under. They always want to be on top. So love for choleric is not an emotional thing. It's something they decide to do. Cholerics despise emotions, and they take their love decisions according to the kind of person they think will help them make it in life. Some of the strengths of choleric is that they are result-oriented. So a choleric will always achieve their goals because they start with the end in mind. A choleric will stop at nothing until they achieve their goals. They push for it till they get it. So in a love situation, if a choleric is with you, then he is with you. You are his goal and he will get you. He's not about to be discouraged by an obstacle. If he wants you, and he means you. He is focused on you. No distractions. Another strength of a choleric is self-confidence. They are very confident, self-sufficient, and independent. Most independent women, I mean those ones that when you just see them, you just feel this one is an independent woman. Most of them are choleric. When a choleric lady walks into a room, she gets attention for her confidence, the way she carries herself. It does not matter what she has or don't have at that level, just having that temperament. She carries herself with a lot of confidence. She feels important, and you can sense it. So the beauty that comes from confidence, most choleric ladies have it. And in love, ladies admire most choleric guys because there is something about confidence and courage that is attractive. Cholerics are very easy decision makers. In a love situation, they are not confused whether it is A or B. They always know what they want and they go for it. They are hardly in a situation of confusion. Cholerics are also very visionary. If you're in a relationship with a choleric man, you'll not have a problem of who is the head of the family. He is willingly the head of the family because he has the vision for the family. He's telling you this is where we need to go and this is how we need to go about it. He is actively working towards that. And a choleric lady is also visionary. In addition to their being visionary, they are very active. They know where they are going to and they are going for it already with all their energy. I actually think the woman described in Proverbs 31 is choleric because who keeps her lamps burning late at night and at the same time wakes up before dawn, if not a choleric? They make sure that things are running well. On to their weaknesses. Cholerics are inflexible with their plans and with their opinions. So if you're in a relationship with a choleric, just know that for you to change their plan and for you to change their opinion, you need the grace of God in order for that to happen. Asking them to change their plan or their opinion is like asking for one of their kidneys. So don't be surprised if your choleric partner seems to be so difficult in that area. Just know how to deal with them. It's knowing that that is an area of weakness for them. Cholerics are dominant. It's the bad side of their leadership ability. They always want to be ahead and to lead. And sometimes in relationship, it comes up as trying to suppress another person. If you're relating with a choleric, you will find that sometimes you feel like they're trying to suppress you. And if you're a choleric, it is possible for you to do that to your partner. You need to watch out for that. These are also impatient people. They don't have the patience for slow people. Since they have the desire for quick outcomes and they have the energy to make it happen, they'll leave you behind if you're kind of slow. So as a choleric, watch out for this. That you do not forget your partner in relationship and move on with things simply because they are taking time to catch up with you. Calm down, slow down to their level, because two cannot work together except they agree. Wait until they meet you at the point of agreement, or step down to agree with them where they are. Don't go at your pace. Cholerics are easily going alone because they want to go fast, and at the end of the day, their partners always feel left out in their lives if they don't watch out for this weakness. So if you're choleric, I have for you Philippians 4 verse 5 that says, let your gentleness be evident to all. I know naturally you don't have gentleness like that in you, but as a Christian, let your gentleness be evident. Calm down, be gentle. Yes, the Holy Spirit will help you. Just be gentle. And as a Christian young lady, let your gentleness be evident to all. Even if you're choleric, don't start commanding people here and there. Men will look at this to be domineering and they will run away. Even as a guy, nobody really wants somebody that will trample on them. Exploit those strengths, but don't give room for those weaknesses to destroy your relationship. Let your partner enjoy being with you. And if you have a choleric partner, understand that these are the weaknesses they have and learn how to live with them and to help them in the midst of these weaknesses. Choleric ladies generally find it difficult to submit. With the help of God, you can obey Ephesians 5:22 that says, wives, submit yourselves to your husband. So if you find that you're a choleric lady, intentionally submit, otherwise you will not naturally do it, no matter who your husband is. And for choleric guys, intentionally sacrifice yourself for your wife, as Ephesians 5:25 says it, because naturally you're not a sacrificial person. you're a domineering person. If you don't put some intention in it, it will not work. All right, I'm now done with the extroverted temperament. I move to the introverted temperament. The extroverted temperaments are sanguine and choleric. The introverted temperaments are melancholies and phlegmatics. The next temperament I'm looking at is the melancholy. A melancholy person is introverted, analytical, thinking, perfectionist, loyal, responsible, and very creative. I hope that as I'm going along, you'll be able to diagnose your temperament. But nevertheless, if you are not able to diagnose your temperament and you want me to do a video helping you to take a test on how to diagnose your temperament, you let me know in the comment section so that I do a video of that sort for your sake. Let's move to the strengths of the melancholy. Melancholies are very self-sacrificing. So in the case of a relationship, a melancholy can give up a lot of their time, their finances, even their life to please you. It's a very loyal temperament. If a melancholic person is with you, he's with you. If you're in a relationship with a melancholy, it will be hard that they leave you, except for very important reasons. A melancholy will not just leave you out of impulse or anything or cheat on you. There are people that are very fidel. They can stick to one partner for as long as we are waiting on the Lord Jesus to come back. Because of their perfectionism, they are very responsible. When it comes to relationship and marriage, they are strict with roles and expectations. They know this is what I'm supposed to do. They'll be trying to make an effort to do it. Melancholies are very committed. They always want to do what it takes. Melancholies gather a lot of information and they pressure themselves to apply it, even beyond their ability to do it because of their perfectionism. A typical melancholy will read a lot of books on relationships. They are romantic people because they have very deep emotions and they can express a wide range of emotions. They can be very passionate as well as they can be very dry depending on the circumstance. They tend to be very organized people. So having a melancholy wife, you would have a well-decorated home, organized home, and their melancholies are typically great at parenting because they know how to create a balance between firmness and tenderness for their children. Now, the weaknesses of the melancholy. One of the weaknesses of the melancholies is negative self-talk. They always talk down themselves. This is because of their perfectionist standards. They always set standards for themselves too high than they can achieve, and at the end of the day, they feel incompetent. Because one key thing that the melancholy seek in their life is competence, and they hardly meet up to their own standards. They talk themselves down, and as a result, they suffer from a lot of moodiness. A melancholy is not typically always happy, and in the case of a strife in a relationship, a melancholy is prone to get sad rather than get angry. It's possible for them to have a moody countenance most of the time. They do not really enjoy happiness and joy for most of the time. Even when a melancholy successfully gets very excited, as they have the ability to do, they will eventually calm down to a very moody post. So people keep away from most melancholies because of their moodiness. So if you are in melancholy, watch out on this. Don't send away potential lovers from around you with your moodiness. Let the joy of the Lord be your strength. Rejoice in the Lord always, like Philippians 4:4 will say it. Just decide to always rejoice. And melancholies have that tendency to always overthink everything. If you say something to a melancholy, they will put meaning and more meaning to that thing that you said. They will see more than what you're showing them. They overthink everything. So it always causes them to worry over things that do not really exist. So if your partner is a melancholy and you find them overthinking your words, just know it's a weakness they are struggling with. And if you're a melancholy, avoid overthinking. That's just a recipe for self-hurt. Melancholies also have a lot of unrealistic expectations in relationships. This is because the standards they set for themselves, they also set those standards for the person they are in a relationship. They always have an ideal, perfect relationship in their minds that they always desire to achieve it. They are always seeking for a perfect marriage, And so they keep being worried of the little imperfections that are in their marriage or in their relationship, or the little imperfections that are in their partner. So it makes it difficult for them to take decisions sometimes. Most melancholy ladies, when they receive a marriage proposal, they take longer to think and overthink, pray and overpray before they are able to accept the person as a marriage partner, simply because they are putting too much analysis on the little weaknesses of the person. They amplify the weaknesses of the person to an extent that even prevents them from seeing the strengths. When it comes to marriage decisions, melancholy ladies, beware. Most melancholy guys in their 40s, they are still looking for a wife because they are looking for a picture that does not exist in this very world that we're living in. So if you're a melancholy guy, friend, please calm down. What you're looking for does not exist. Bring down your standards a little. I'm not in for low standards, but expecting perfection is expecting too much out of a human being. Only God has that one. If there is something that will keep a melancholy person single for long, it is unrealistic expectations. And because of this, they tend to be too critical. Their critical nature scare away people from them. People will not propose marriage to you or say yes to your proposal because of how much criticisms that you have. They are afraid that you expect too much from them. Even in marriage, it is possible for the partner of a melancholy to be feeling unappreciated. No matter what you do, you will not be enough because there is still something that is left undone. And because they are the half-empty cup people, they will tend to see only that thing that is undone. I say, if you're in melancholy, please always try to compliment the good deeds of your partner. Always try to compliment the good deeds of other people around. And melancholies are overly sensitive. Nothing is ever too small for them to become a big problem. For the melancholies, I have Zephaniah 3 verse 17 for you, who says that the Lord your God takes delight over you. He sings over you. He rejoices over you. That is making you know that you do not have to be perfect, or people do not even have to be perfect for even God himself to be satisfied. So if God himself likes you the way you are, is rejoicing over you, why put yourself under the pressure to be perfect? Yes, we are supposed to be holy, we are supposed to be good people, but that perfectionism that you expect from yourself and that you expect from others is totally unnecessary. Relax. Even God does not have that expectation of you. Relax. The next introverted temperament we are looking at is the phlegmatic. A phlegmatic person is quiet, calm and cool, friendly, have that dry sense of humor, kind of lazy, like those kind of people that like to procrastinate. They don't like to push themselves. They like to maintain their comfort zone. And the priority for a phlegmatic is peace and comfort. They don't joke with anything that tampers with their peace and with their comfort. They don't like to put themselves out there. They like to stay in their comfort zone, and they'll do anything to protect their peace. So their strength is that they are calm. So if you're in a relationship with a phlegmatic, you have a very cool person to deal with. No drama. They are cool. They are always stable. They don't have a swing of emotions. You always wonder if a phlegmatic person gets excited or if they get angry, because they are always just there. They are patient people. In a relationship, it's possible for a phlegmatic person to wait on you for years. It's also possible for them to give you a long rope to draw while you're doing something that is hurting them. They are good followers, they are loyal, they are reliable, they are not ready to change anything. They don't want to disturb the peace of your relationship because they value relationships. Sometimes they value relationships with people even more than how they value themselves. Nevertheless, they are very insightful. A phlegmatic will not voice their opinion, they will not talk. But if you prompt them to talk, they will come up with a lot of insight. So if you're in a relationship with a phlegmatic, always make an effort to draw out the wealth that is in them. Push them, encourage them to draw out the wealth that is in them, because they are truly very insightful. And they are also not confrontational. They will not fight you for any reason. Even if you hurt them, the best thing you can do to your phlegmatic partner is to push them, encourage them, support them, let them know that you are their fan. The weaknesses of a phlegmatic person is that they dislike change. They just like things to remain constant. A phlegmatic is not even generally adventurous. They just like the status quo because they are not ready for new action. So they are not ready for any form of change. So this may create boredom in relationships, especially if the other partner is an adventurous person. So beware of these phlegmatics, that you might want to go out of your comfort zone and create some level of adventure just for the sake of your partner. Phlegmatics are also very secretive with their emotions. They don't let you know how they really feel and all of that. A phlegmatic can be so in love with you, but they will not reveal it. They will not do anything about it. They'll just be wallowing there. They are those kind of guys that will love a girl and only be there waiting until another man can take the girl who is right in front of them, because they procrastinate and they can hide their emotions really well. And they know how to die in silence. So you might just want to put yourself forward more, especially phlegmatic guys. Take the step, pop the question. What are you procrastinating for? You might just regret later when another person come and take the lady from you. If you expect your phlegmatic partner to love you with passion and express the passion in some way, you'll always be disappointed. Nevertheless, I advise phlegmatic partners to put in some effort in that area. Your partner might not be like you. They might want the passion. Phlegmatics are the most cautious of them all. They are always very cautious and indecisive. They are trying to be careful. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to mess up. So phlegmatics may tend to be very dependent. This is something that it is not good for anybody, but something that may be worse for men. A phlegmatic husband might find it difficult leading his home, not because he cannot, but just because he doesn't find that drive to get up and give instructions and get things done and paint a vision. They are not typically visionary too. So if a phlegmatic husband has a wife who is something like choleric, it will be possible for the wife to be domineering over him, and he will just let it be for the sake of peace. But then if you understand these things, you'll be able to match your rules well in the home. You'll be able to love your partner well. And if you're in a relationship with a phlegmatic, you know how to encourage them out of their weaknesses and also to enjoy their strengths. For the phlegmatics, I have Proverbs 20 verse 4 for you, that a farmer who is too lazy to plow their field will not have anything to harvest. So instead of just staying in your comfort zone, when it is time to get something done, get out and do it so that you'll be able to reap the results from it. And the beautiful thing about phlegmatic is that when they put their mind to something, they are very patient. They can keep doing the same thing till it yields results. The problem is just getting up to start. So you might just want to get up and plow your field so that you'll reap the results. It will also affect your family in that your family might just have more provision if you do that, more leadership as a man if you do that. I want us to know that other factors apart from our temperament contribute to our personality, but temperament is the one you're born with. So your personality might be shaped by your environment, your experiences, and many other things, but your temperament is the primary thing that all of those other ones are falling on. And the final passage that I have for all the temperament is Proverbs 16 verse 32. It says that he who rules his spirit is better than a person who captures a city. That is to say that if you can take charge, if you can have self-control over your spirit, over yourself, over your temperament, you're a greater person than a warrior who captures a whole city. So despite all the strengths and the weaknesses that all the temperaments have, we'll have wonderful relationships only if we can be able to tame down these weaknesses and then we amplify the strengths. So much so that we come to a point where we have a temperament that is controlled by the Holy Spirit.